we're joined live by Simon Mabon. He is a lecturer at Lancaster University. Simon, thanks so much for joining us. Tell me first how optimistic you are that Iraqi forces will actually retake Fallujah and keep it under government control.
Well, I think that eventually Iraqi forces will retake Fallujah. I think that it might take some time for them to do so, but I think that they will. With regard to your second question, how long they'll be able to hold it for, that's a different issue, I think. Now, the forces that are engaged in this operation are multifaceted, drawing on a range of different people from different backgrounds. And I think this is where some of the issues may emerge. Now, the Iraqi forces that have attacked Fallujah are in much greater number than the DAESH fighters that are still in the city. And it's estimated that there's only a few hundred, if that, left in Fallujah. Now, of course, these are people that are going to be fighting until the bitter end, fighting right to the death. So it will be a long, bloody struggle to retake the city. But ultimately, I think they will do it. But what happens after that, of course, will be slightly trickier.
So in the meantime, how much worse can it actually get for civilians whom we're already hearing are being used as human shields?
Well, I feel for anyone stuck in Fallujah, the situation there has been catastrophic for a long time now. Basic needs aren't met. People are struggling to survive. They're struggling for food, for water. Basic foodstuffs are lacking in the city, and people are really struggling to survive. Now, of course, they're caught within the conflict, caught between the DAESH fighters and the Iraqi forces. So not only are they starving, they're lacking the basic schooling, the medical care, and they're caught in this bloody, intractable conflict.
Okay, Simon, you are the person to really provide context here. Fallujah was only, quote, liberated and pacified by coalition forces back in 2004, only to become a DAESH extremist stronghold 10 years later. Why has Fallujah been such a focal point for extremist activity, and will it ever really be pacified?
Well, I think part of the problem is that it is a Sunni hotbed. It's part of the country that is tribal and Sunni in its outlook. And this puts it at odds with the Shia-led government in Baghdad. Now, since the American-led invasion in 2003, the power relations were reversed. So previously, Iraq had been governed by a Sunni ruler. Now, with the implementation of Nouri al-Maliki's regime and now Haider al-Abadi, it's now a Shia government in Baghdad, which means that the Shia have been trying to do what they can to ensure that they can hold on to power across the state. And as a consequence, they've embarked on a number of sectarian policies that have often targeted the Sunnis, meaning that a great deal of resentment and a great deal of grievances have started to grow up in the Sunni-populated areas, such as Anbar and, in particular, in Fallujah. So what this means is that there's a great deal of resentment towards the capital city, a great deal of resentment towards the core, and lots of fractious relations that start to rise up. Now, when people can't meet their basic needs as a consequence of this, they turn elsewhere. They turn to groups such as DAESH. And that's why we see such groups starting to emerge in areas like Fallujah.
Okay, Simon Mabon, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us with that from Lancaster.
Thank you.